Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Easy English Podcast with Emma. And today we're going to practice something that can make your whole day easier. Easy conversation in daily life. The kind of small, simple English you can use when you see a neighbor, buy a coffee, ask for help, or talk to a cashier. And don't worry if you feel nervous, because honestly, I still feel nervous sometimes too. And I'm the one talking into a microphone right now. So, yes, nervous is allowed. Okay, before we start, quick little reminder. If you like this podcast, please like and subscribe. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the bell so you don't miss new episodes. And I want you to comment today, even if your comment is very short. Just write one sentence like, I practiced today, because that small action helps you build a habit. And habits are powerful. Now let's get into the topic daily life conversation, because daily life is where English lives. Not only in textbooks, and when you can say simple things in simple moments, you feel more confident. And confidence is like a warm jacket in winter. It just makes everything feel easier. So, we're going to learn useful words and phrases, and I'll show you how to use them in real situations. With tiny stories from my life, some repeat after me practice, and a couple of mini role plays where I will be you and also me, like a one woman show, which is funny because I can barely act, but we'll do it anyway. So, first, let's start with the most basic, most friendly word hello. Hello is a greeting. We use it when we meet someone, when we answer the phone, or when we start a conversation. For example, hello, how are you? And you can also say hi, which is a short, casual greeting. Hi is friendly and simple. For example, hi, Emma. And yes, if you see me in real life, you can say that. I will probably smile and then trip on the sidewalk because that is my brand. Hello, and a small accident. Now, the next phrase is the super famous question how are you? This is not a big, deep question in daily English. It's usually just a friendly check in. And a common answer is I'm fine, which means you are okay, you feel good, you are not sick, you are not upset, just fine. For example, I'm fine, thank you. And I want to teach you thank you right now because it is magic. Thank you is what we say when someone is kind, when someone helps us, when someone gives us something. For example, thank you for your help. And people often answer with you're welcome, which means it's okay, I'm happy to help. For example, you're welcome. And you might also hear no problem, which means the same idea. Like it was easy, don't worry. For example, no problem, have a nice day. And I love no problem because it feels warm and relaxed. Now let's add one more polite word, please. Please makes a request polite. For example, please sit down. Or can I have a coffee, please? And now I just used a new phrase, sit down. And that is a simple phrasal verb. Sit down means put your body on a chair, not on the floor like a tired on a chair. For example, please sit down. And the opposite is stand up, which means go from sitting to standing. For example, stand up, please. And yes, sometimes English feels like a little workout. Sit down, stand up. And I'm like, okay, English, do you want me to do squats too? Now, daily life conversation is not only greetings, it's also meeting people. So let's learn. Nice to meet you. We say nice to meet you when we meet someone for the first time. For example, nice to meet you. I'm Emma. And if you want to be extra friendly, you can add a small smile, not a huge scary smile like a horror movie, just a normal smile. Now here's another important phrase, and this one helps you in so many situations. Excuse me. Excuse me is what we say when we want to get someone's attention, or when we pass by someone, or when we ask a question politely. For example, excuse me, where is the bathroom? And that brings us to another very useful phrase, where is? Where is a question we use when we want to find a place. For example, where is the bus stop? Or where is the supermarket? And if you don't know the word for a place, you can point. And yes, pointing is okay. It's not perfect, but communication is the goal. Now, sometimes you make a small mistake or you bump into someone or you step on someone's foot, which I did once, and I wanted to disappear into the floor. So you need this word, sorry. Sorry is what we say when we feel bad about something, when we make a mistake. For example, sorry, my mistake. And it's also useful if you didn't hear something, you can say sorry with a questioning voice, like sorry, can you repeat? And that takes us to another key phrase. Could you repeat that? This means please say it again. For example, could you repeat that, please? And if you want even simpler, you can say, repeat, please. But could you repeat that is very common and polite. And let's learn one more super helpful sentence. I don't understand. This means the meaning is not clear for you. You are confused, and it is totally okay to say this. For example, I don't understand, sorry. And you can also add, can you help me? Which is a simple request for help. Can you help me? Means you want support. For example, can you help me find this address? And now we are already building real conversation, not just single words. Okay, let me tell you a quick little story. I was in a small cafe once, and I wanted to order a drink, and my brain suddenly forgot every word I knew. It was like my English brain took a lunch break, and the barista looked at me and I was like, hello, coffee, please. And honestly, it worked, because simple English works. So let's learn a powerful ordering phrase. I would like. I would like is a polite way to say what you want. For example, I would like a coffee, please. And you can use it in a restaurant, a store, anywhere. I would like a bag, please. I would like water. And another useful question is about price. How much is it? How much is it asks the price of something. For example, how much is it? And you can point to the item. And if the person answers fast and you don't catch it, you can say, could you repeat that, please? Or, sorry, I don't understand. And yes, you can say these things many times. No shame. Your goal is to communicate, not to be perfect. Now let's add 2 everyday phrasal verbs because they make you sound natural, even with simple English. Wake up and go out. Wake up means stop sleeping and start your day. For example, I wake up at 7, and go out means leave your home to do something outside. For example, I go out for a walk. And look, I love go out for a walk because it sounds healthy, but sometimes my walk is really just me going out to buy snacks, which is still a walk. Okay? Now, one more phrasal verb that is very useful in shops, look for. Look for means try to find something. For example, I'm looking for a jacket. Or, I look for my keys. And yes, I look for my keys almost every day, and sometimes the keys are in my hand. So that's fun. Now, we've introduced a lot, so let's do a short speaking practice. And remember, your pronunciation does not need to be perfect. Your goal is clear and confident. So repeat after me. Ready, hello, how are you? Repeat after me. Hello, how are you? Good, now, I'm fine. Thank you. Repeat after me. I'm fine, thank you. Nice, now excuse me, can you help me? Repeat after me. Excuse me. Can you help me? Great. And one more. Could you repeat that, please? Repeat after me. Could you repeat that, please? Amazing. And if you feel silly repeating, that's normal. I also feel silly times, but silly is good because it means you're trying, and trying is how you learn. Now, let's put these phrases into real daily life situations with a mini role play. Scenario 1. Meeting a neighbor in the hallway. Okay, imagine you see someone near your door. You want to be friendly, but not too much. Like not a full party, just normal. So you say, hi. I say, hi. You say, how are you? I say, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you? You say, I'm fine. I say, nice to meet you. I'm Emma. You say, nice to meet you. And you put your name. Yes, you insert your name right there. And then you can add a simple daily line like, have a nice day, which is a friendly phrase we say at the end of a short conversation, for example. Have a nice day. And the other person can say, you too, which means I also want you to have a nice day. And I love you too because it's so short and so useful. Okay, scenario 2, ordering coffee. And I want you to picture me in line trying to look calm, but actually thinking, please, brain. Remember English, please. So here we go. You say hello. I say, hi, what would you like? You say, I would like a coffee, please. I say, sure, small or large? And maybe you don't understand small or large, so you say, sorry, could you repeat that, please? I say, small or large? You say, small, please. I say, okay, anything else? You say, no, thank you. I say, that's $5. And maybe you didn't hear the number, so you say, sorry, I don't understand. How much is it? I say, it's $5. You say, okay, thank you. I say, you're welcome. And look at that, you had a whole conversation. And it was simple, polite, and clear. And your coffee tastes better because you ordered it in English, like a hero. And if you don't drink coffee, just change the word. I would like a tea, please. I would like water, please. I would like hot chocolate, which is basically a hug in a cup. Okay, now let's do another short repeat after me. Because repetition is your friend, like a friendly parrot. Repeat after me. I would like a coffee, please. Repeat after me. I would like a coffee, please. Good. Now, how much is it? How much is it? How much is it? Nice. Now I'm looking for the bus stop. Great. I'm looking for the bus stop. Great. And now, thank you. Thank you. Perfect. Now let's talk about small talk because small talk is a big deal. It's short conversation with a stranger or someone you don't know well, like a coworker, a cashier, a neighbor, and it can feel hard because you don't know what to say. So let's keep it super simple. You can talk about the day, the weather, or something you are doing, and you can use easy phrases like it's a nice day, which means the day feels good. For example, it's a nice day today, or it's cold today, it's hot today. Very simple. And if you want to keep the conversation going, you can ask and you, which means what about you? For example, I'm fine and you. And that little and you is like a door. It opens space for the other person to talk. Now, sometimes people ask you a question and you need time. So here's a helpful phrase, just a moment. Just a moment means please wait a short time. For example, just a moment, please, like when you are checking your phone for an address. And another friendly phrase is take your time. Take your time means no hurry, it's okay. For example, take your time. And I love saying take your time because it feels kind. And honestly, I wish I could say it to myself when I'm rushing around like a stressed little squirrel. Take your time, Emma. Now, let's do scenario 3. Asking for directions, because this happens a lot and you can do it with simple English. Okay? You say, excuse me. I say, yes. You say, can you help me? I say, sure. You say, where's the supermarket? I say, it's over there next to the bank. And maybe you don't know next to, and that's okay. You can ask. You say, sorry, I don't understand. Could you repeat that, please? I say, the supermarket is over there. And I point, because pointing is the universal language. And you say, you thank you. I say, you're welcome. Have a nice day. You say, you too. And that's it. Short and successful. Now let's add another practical daily skill, shopping. Because shopping is full of questions, and you can survive with a few key phrases. You already have how much is it? And I would like. And you also have I'm looking for. So you can say, I'm looking for a t-shirt. And if you need a size, you can add simple words, small, medium, large. And you can point to. And if you want to try something in a store, you can ask, can I try it on? And yes, that phrase is a little longer, but it's very useful. Try it on means put on clothing to see if it fits. For example, can I try it on? And if you want to keep it even simpler, you can say, can I try? And point to the clothing. But can I try it on is a great phrase to learn. And if you don't want it, you can say no, thank you, which is a polite way to say no. And I use no, thank you all the time. Like when someone offers me something I don't want, or when someone tries to give me a free sample that smells like sadness. No, thank you. Okay, now I want to teach you one more daily life set of phrases that help when you are using devices at home. Because, yes, daily conversation can happen with family, roommates, and friends, and people say simple things like turn on and turn off. Turn on means start a machine or a light. For example, turn on the light, please. And turn off means stop it. For example, turn off the TV, please. And I'll be honest, sometimes I say turn off to my brain at night, like please turn off, brain, it's bedtime. But my brain is like, no, let's remember a weird moment from 2009. Okay, now let's recycle what we learned and put it into a longer but still simple conversation. Imagine you're with a friend and you want to go out. Remember, go out, leave the house for an activity. So you say, do you want to go out? And your friend says yes, and you want to meet. So you can use where is, again, like where is the cafe or where is the station? And if you're late, you can say, sorry. And if your friend is kind, they might say, no problem. And see, these phrases show up again and again. That's why they're powerful. Now I want to give you some copy and paste phrases, meaning you can use them in many situations without changing much. And I want you to imagine copying them in your mind and pasting them into real life. Okay, here they are inside our conversation. Excuse me, can you help me? Sorry, I don't understand. Could you repeat that, please? Where is the bathroom? Where is the bus stop? How much is it? I would like this, please. I'm looking for something. Thank you. Have a nice day. And if you notice, none of these are long, and you can say them slowly. You don't need to speak fast. Clear is better than fast. Okay. Now, let me share a little personal example about using excuse me, because I used to feel scared to ask strangers for help. Like I thought I was bothering them. But most people are actually okay with a short question. So one day I was in a new area and I needed to find a bus stop. And I was walking in circles like a confused duck. And I finally stopped someone and I said, "Excuse me, where is the bus stop?" And the person smiled and pointed. And that was it. It took 10 seconds, but it saved me 20 minutes. And it reminded me that language is a tool. It helps you. It is not a test. You are not in trouble. You're just trying to live your life, and you deserve to ask. Now, another small story. I once ordered food and I didn't understand the question the cashier asked, and I panicked and said, yes, because my brain thought, yes is safe, but sometimes yes is not safe because the cashier was asking if I wanted something extra, and I said yes, and I got a huge extra thing I didn't want, and I paid for it, and I walked away thinking, Emma, you just said yes to mystery. Congratulations, so please learn. Could you repeat that, please? And sorry, I don't understand. Because those phrases protect you from the dangerous automatic yes. Okay, now let's do one more mini role play, this time in a store. And I want you to listen and maybe repeat some lines after me in your head. Okay, you say, "Excuse me." I say, "Yes, can I help you?" You say, "Yes, I'm looking for a jacket." I say, "Okay, what size?" And maybe you know, maybe you don't. It's okay. You say, "Sorry, could you repeat that, please?" I say, "What size?" You say, "Medium, please." I say, "Sure, here you go." You say, "Thank you." I say, "You're welcome." And then you check the price tag and you say, "How much is it?" I say, "It's $30." You say, "Okay, can I try it on?" I say, "Yes, the fitting room is over there." You say, "Thank you." I say, "No problem." And boom, you just did shopping English and you didn't need fancy words, you needed simple, polite phrases. Now let's slow down and review the key vocabulary we learned, but we're going to do it naturally, not like a robot. Okay, we had hello and hi for greetings, and we had how are you, and I'm fine for a simple check-in. We had nice to meet you for first meetings. We had please, thank you, you're welcome, and no problem. For politeness, we had excuse me to get attention and ask questions. We had sorry for small mistakes, and also when we didn't hear, we had can you help me for help. We had I don't understand when we are confused. We had could you repeat that to hear again. We had where is to find places. We had how much is it to ask the price. We had I would like to order and request. We had wake up and go out for daily life actions. We had look for when we try to find something. We had sit down and stand up as simple action phrases. We had turn on and turn off for lights and devices. And we had just a moment and take your time for polite waiting. And if you think, wow, that's a lot, don't worry. You don't need to remember everything today. Just pick a few and use them. Small steps. Now let's talk about practical tips, because learning is not only listening, it's doing. So here are gentle, realistic tips, like the kind you can actually do without changing your whole life. First, choose one place you go often, maybe a cafe, maybe a supermarket, maybe your building lobby, and decide on one goal phrase, like I would like, please, or how much is it? And the next time you go, use that phrase one time, just one time. And when you do it, your brain learns, oh, I can do this. Second, practice repair phrases. I call them repair phrases because they repair the conversation when you don't understand. Like, sorry, I don't understand. And could you repeat that, please? Because the truth is, you will not understand everything. Even native speakers don't understand everything. I sometimes hear people talk fast and I'm like, excuse me, did you just say words? Or did you sneeze? So repair phrases are your best friends. Third, speak slowly. Slow is okay. Slow is clear, and clear is successful. And if someone speaks too fast to you, you can say, could you speak slowly, please? And yes, that is a great extra phrase. Could you speak slowly, please? Means please talk slower. For example, could you speak slowly, please? And you can add a smile. It helps. Now, another tip. Practice with yourself at home. And I know it sounds funny, but it works. You can stand in your kitchen and pretend to order coffee. Hello, I would like a coffee, please. And your cat can be the barista. And your cat will probably judge you. but that's fine. Cats judge everyone. Okay, now I want to give you a little confidence boost because maybe you think my English is too simple, but simple English is real English. Simple English is powerful English because it gets the job done. And also, simple English can sound very polite and very clear, and people like clear. Now let's do a quick mistake moment because I want you to feel safe. When you make mistakes, it's okay. If you say, "Where is the bus?" instead of "Where is the bus stop?" people will still understand you. If you say, "I want coffee, please," instead of "I would like a coffee, please," people will still understand you, and later you can improve. But communication first, perfection later, and perfection maybe never, because language is messy and humans are messy, and that's normal. Now, I want to recycle our phrases again in a tiny daily routine story. Imagine I wake up in the morning, then I'll remember, wake up. I wake up at 7, I turn on the light, I make breakfast, I look for my keys, because I always look for my keys. Then I go out, maybe to a cafe. I say hello, I order, "I would like a coffee, please." I say thank you, I sit down, I stand up, I go out again, I meet a neighbor. "Hi, how are you?" "I'm fine." And at night, I turn off the light and I try to sleep. And my brain is like, "Just a moment, I want to think about every awkward thing you said today." And I say, "No problem," because I'm learning to be kind to myself. And I want you to be kind to yourself too. Okay, now it's time for the weekly challenge. And yes, we're doing it because you don't grow without a small challenge. And I promise it's gentle. Your challenge of the week is have one short English interaction in daily life. Just one. It can be very small. You can say hello and thank you to a cashier, or you can ask, "How much is it?" in a store, or you can ask, "Where's the bathroom?" if you need it, or you can say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" And if you feel nervous, remember, you can always use, "Sorry, could you repeat that, please?" Because that phrase gives you time and control. And now, question of the day for you to comment. Which phrase do you want to use this week and where will you use it? Tell me in the comments. For example, I will say, "I would like, please," at a cafe, or I will say, "Excuse me, where is?" at the station. I love reading your comments because it feels like we're learning together, even if we are in different places. Okay, quick recap one more time. Just like a friendly echo, daily conversation can be simple. You can start with hello or hi. You can ask, "How are you?" and answer, "I'm fine." You can be polite with please and thank you. You can respond with "You're welcome" or "No problem." You can use "excuse me" to ask a question and "sorry" when you make a small mistake. You can ask for help with "Can you help me?" and fix confusion with "I don't understand" and "Could you repeat that, please?" You can find places with "where is." You can buy things with "how much is it?" and "I would like." And you can talk about your day with "wake up," "go out," and "look for," and you are doing great. Even if you feel slow, even if you feel shy, small steps are still steps. And I'm proud of you for practicing today. Thank you for spending this time with me on Easy English Podcast with Emma. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe. And don't forget to comment your phrase for the week. And until next time, take your time, be kind to yourself, and have a nice day. Bye bye.